Does that sound good?
No.
You know, I'm the only person here that's killed another one of us in the Warzone, so pretty proud of that.
Yeah, because you're a little dick.
Remember I killed Nick?
I won't kill you guys. Let's just hang out.
Oh, Hess goes, there's a guy there, he killed me. So I go, okay. And I shot the guy that was there, and it happened to be Nick. That's not my fault.
That's not true. You've killed Hess numerous times.
Yeah, but like I didn't get an actual kill for it.
No, but yeah.
How I killed him, though? Oh, I guess I did drive us into the water.
You drove us in the water?
Did you watch our Captain Cook? Because I was featured in that when we brought it up.
I think I did. You also have killed him multiple times with a helicopter. I don't know how you do
Helicopters.
Helicopters are not my... Like, I can fly them decently, but landing, not my thing. All right, you guys ready to start the podcast? Anybody got a stinger line to start off before the intro?
Bunch of wiggle dickers over there.
Oh, your audio messed up, and it did not sound like what you said.
Yeah. The Iggers came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't know about dickers.
Don't know.
Wiggle dickers. Wiggle dickers.
Say that fast 3 times. Say it fast 3 times. Come on.
Wiggle dickers. Wiggle dickers. Wiggle dickers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. It's been a minute. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
It's been about a motherfucking minute. I'm Hess. What's up?
Jesus. It's going to be one of them.
Apparently, I have a psycho stalker. I hope not. Jesus.
What? Oh, yeah, that Twitter account. Your #1 fan on there. Hey, if you're watching, comment.
Oh, I didn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Comment on YouTube, too, if you're Hess's #1 fan. What was the name?
Jesus.
You sent me a picture of that. What was the name of the guy?
Patrick? It just says Patrick.
Patrick.
Oh, is it
There's
SpongeBob's friend?
Yeah, probably. But there's never been a Patrick comment on any of the Pleeka videos. So
Well, maybe this is like his second account that he made specifically for you or something. Like maybe he's got a real account and his name's like Freddie Mercury. But, you know, he's Patrick when he's commenting on YouTube.
Freddie Mercury dead?
Or so you think. Welcome to our theory podcast about is Freddie Mercury still alive or not.
Maybe it's Tupac.
I was going to say along with Tupac Shakur.
It's Tupac, and he's pretending he's Patrick, and he's on some island somewhere.
And he's like, it was all a dream.
Wrong song.
That's Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I could have been eating ice cream. Anyways.
Yeah.
You know, watching this,
Something like that.
we were talking about you, season 2, episode 3, what are friends for, I believe is what it's called.
That's
I have it
what
written down,
friends
but I
are.
want to go to my notes real quick.
Okay.
But watching...
I thought we were doing just the tip, no?
No, that was last week.
Not last week.
Sorry, that was 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah. But what I was going into that, watching this, I was like, oh, I kind of wish we were just doing a podcast. Like, just coming here to talk and not watching you. Like, I enjoyed watching it, but since it's been a bit, we took a break, I was like, oh, I'd almost rather just sit and talk.
We could have done that.
Like, we obviously got to finish it, but taking that break, I was like, oh, I kind of don't want to finish it. But I think that's what happens with a lot of things. Like, you know, take a break from a game for me. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was going to say.
I don't want to finish the game.
Yeah, that's not a good attitude.
Well, I don't think it's an attitude thing. It's like, oh, to me, it'd be more fun, I feel like, to just sit here and be like, hey, Hess, you saved anybody from a fire recently?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool if we had some kind of structure.
Well, yeah, we'd figure out a structure. But that was just my feelings when we were watching it. But Hess, you do have a story, right, about you saving a man from a fire?
I do. I saved someone.
Hess didn't start the fire.
Maybe he did. He's like, you know what? It's been a minute. We need a good podcast story. Jerome needs a title. I'm going to light this guy's wheels on fire.
I threw a thermite at his fucking tires.
Someone's been playing a little too much Warzone. He's like, I got to kill everybody on the road.
Yeah.
I've seen you throw those. You would have hit the fucking grandma behind him.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty accurate with my thermites. You do remember that.
I've seen you throw things out of a vehicle too, pal, and you killed yourself.
That was a rocket?
Oh, you shot a rocket out of a vehicle and killed yourself.
Yeah, and you guys just left me there.
It was just me. I didn't know what happened. I'm just driving and all of a sudden I see you go, whoom. I was like, what the fuck?
One of these days, just as an idea, Jerome, you should record us playing Warzone and not tell us.
Okay.
And then we should like all get together and then just like commentate it, like just talk about it and as we watched how we played.
It would be really cool if all three of us could record.
Yeah, the problem is
And-
if you're watching Jerome.
Yeah, and then if we're watching it, we could be like, "Oh, look, what is Hess fucking doing here?
Yeah.
We're going to
Yeah.
get," or like, "You guys, what's Jerome? He's just flying away in a helicopter. We're trying to fight." Like, it'd be kind of cool if we can comment like that. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just an interesting little maybe. I know you don't really have anything going on. You're not busy editing podcasts or anything.
Yeah, I started editing
Taking
Captain
baths,
Cook last
washing your
night.
panties or anything like that.
Hey, I only wash my panties like once a week, so I got time for a little Call of Duty recording.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what's your story though with the burning guy?
So I was coming home from work on Saturday, and I was just driving along on the freeway, and I smelt like smoke, and I was like, "That's weird."
You smell like smoke?
He's like, "Am I on fire? What's going on?"
Sorry.
So,
I
you're good.
like
So-
interrupted.
So yeah, I know you did. And that's
Okay.
okay. But anyways, so I'm like checking my gauges, on my truck to see if my engine's overheating or something, and nothing. So I was just like, oh well, must be something, whatever, like just like a fire close by or something. And I drove through and smelt it. So I continued driving, and then I'm coming up on like a semi truck. He's just a truck pulling a trailer. And I get close, and there's fire shooting out like from in between his dual wheels in the back.
So,
Driver's
like
side.
at this point, how big is the fire?
I mean, it was like you could visibly see flames like easily. Like
Was it?
it wasn't like crazy, but like you could see flames
I
coming
mean,
out. of
any
the fucking-
flames on a car is probably not good.
Yeah.
Unless,
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those like dragsters, and it's coming out the
Coming
back.
at the back,
Yeah.
or it's like Batman, and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna go get the Joker."
Yeah. Was it the front rear tires?
No, it
or
was
the
the
back?
it was the back.
So the very back.
Back driver's side, not on the trailer. It was the back.
Oh,
of the tractor.
on the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the truck.
Mm.
Yeah. So
What makes that
basically the DPS guy said that like the brakes probably locked up, or like the brakes locked up on that side or something, and it just
Oh.
got so fucking hot and it just started fucking shooting flames. So, anyways, he's like driving in the middle lane, so I get over to the HOV lane. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of traffic on the road, so I roll my passenger side windows down. I'm like blaring my horn. I'm like, "Fire! Fire!" Fuck! I was going ape shit because like, fuck,
I would
guy's
have
truck's
loved to
on
be able to
fire.
see this.
Do you want a
Guy's
picture?
truck is on fire.
Do you want a picture?
What?
You're going the wrong way. And then the guy goes, "How does he know which way we're going?"
But so anyway, he checks his side view mirror and he doesn't see anything because it's like underneath, like it's behind him. So I still I'm laying on it, just fucking fire, fire, fire. So he finally pulls over. Like as soon as he pulls over, like the fucking fire just like woof, like goes up towards the driver's side door. And so he jumps out the passenger door. I fucking stop. I'm like a good like I don't know 50.
The going probably kept the fire down.
Yeah, I was gonna say that reminds
Yeah.
me. You know the guy, the cow trap. They turned it off. Candy, some of them.
Mhm.
I showed you part of their video where they're driving their car and they were dropping smoke bombs in the back and it caught the car on fire. The second their car stopped and they get out, you can watch the video like as they're getting out of the car, it just fills with flames. 'Cause
Yeah.
the wind's like making it go a little slower.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. So I'm like 50 yards in front of him just because, I'm going, this thing's on fire. Like, I don't know if the tanks are going to blow up. I don't know how long.
Did you think, as you're pulling up, do you think you're going to have to like save the guy or anything, or did you see him get out?
I already knew I saved his ass.
No,
I mean,
like, did
he
you think you're going to have
jumped
to? Okay, I was thinking, did you think you have to pull him out of the car at any point? or
No,
anything?
no. No, I would have parked closer if I'd have thought that. But so the guy like hops out the passenger side, and in my head I'm going, oh fuck, there's another person in there. But it was him because the flames had came up, so like he couldn't jump out the driver's side.
Oh.
So he starts starts running towards me, and it felt like one of those movies where like two people meet, like the fucking slow motion.
There's
running and
daisies in
shit.
between you guys. You guys hug, just start
Yeah.
making out. You're blowing them.
So he's like running towards me or whatever, and I call. First I asked him, I go, "You okay? Everything good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, so I
truck's
call
not, though.
911. Yeah, so I call 911, and they're like, "Oh, are you calling about the semi on fire on the 202?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right, yeah, we'll patch you over to DPS, but they already know about it, but we'll patch you over. Stay on the line.
Someone else called and like kept
Yeah.
driving.
Well, I mean,
that'd have been my move.
right on the freeway. Yeah. So anyway, so the guy's like, he reaches in his pocket and he's like, I fucking forgot to grab my phone. He's like, can I use your phone? So
it'd have been funny after all that. You're like, ew, no.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, coronavirus. What did I just say? Fucking idiot. Yeah, I would have been like, coronavirus, bro. No. So anyway,
did you have a mask on when you pulled him over?
No.
Oh, okay.
He said, no, what am I fucking crazy?
No, I didn't.
Can you imagine if that's how like you got corona? He's like, I fucking saved a guy from a fire, and I fucking got corona from him. I should have let him burn.
No shit. I would be so mad.
This would be a different story.
Especially if I die.
Tune in next week.
Yeah. Next we're like, update. It wasn't a joke. Hess is dead.
Yeah. So he's like, I gotta call my dispatch, let him know, whatever. So he's using my phone, and I'm just sitting here watching his truck fucking burn down. I mean, like the entire truck and trailer.
Could you get in the back and like grab some Cheetos or something?
It was empty. He didn't have anything. He was empty. And it was a reefer trailer. He had just dropped off a bunch of milk. So,
I bet that would have smelled awful if there was milk in there.
This was Saturday morning, you said?
Yeah, it was Saturday morning. It was like 8 o'clock, 8:30 or
so
something
here's my perspective. I'm out in the living room. I have a notification on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Fox 10, something happened. Oh, there's a fire on the 202. It's a fry shop. I pulled it up.
You're like, hey, is that Hess I see on the camera?
No, and then I turned it to see, and then sure enough, there's a fries truck on fire, and I was like, oh, that sucks, then swiped out of it and went on playing.
That's funny.
That's all I thought about it.
Yeah.
But I would have looked. I would have looked for you if I'd have known you were there. It was pretty far shot though. Like it was like off the like whatever street was crossed there.
I'll send you the video, Drum. I don't know if you can pull video from that or not. From like, it's like an ADOT camera. I don't think you can do that. Can you?
Yeah, I don't know. I maybe could figure it out.
Was he hacker?
I mean,
you said you took pictures too and shit, right?
Yeah, I'll send a bunch of pictures.
I can at least put that up there. But you said,
I mean, like, it was just crazy. Like the fucking, like it burnt to a crisp. Like everything.
That's crazy. Like, just the brakes going up can cause that entire truck to burn down.
You'd think you'd feel your brakes locking.
Well, if there's that many wheels, though, you might not. If it's just like one
I've
set.
never driven a semi, so I don't know. But
yeah. But anyways, so the fire department stopped in the back, and like DPS stopped in the back, and they're like blocking off traffic. So nobody came up front. Like nobody came up front to talk to him or anything. So he's like, I hope they know I'm up here. Like I hope they know I'm not in the truck, like burnt or whatever, you know. So like,
hopefully, they're like, dude, I wonder if there's anybody up there.
Here comes,
we'll figure it out later.
This like white Chevy Malibu, tinted ass windows. I mean, like black as fucking night, and he's got the red and blues in the front window or whatever. Yeah, no sirens though. No sirens, just the lights. And so he pulls up, dude hops out. He's just in jeans and a t-shirt, and he's got the badge around his neck. And the driver was just like, starts talking to him and tells him like the entire story of what happened. And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm feds. Like, I got nothing to do with all this, man." He's like, "I was just driving by. I wanted to make sure everybody was okay."
I don't really give a fuck. I gotta go.
That's funny.
I started laughing because I just thought it was so funny. He's like, "Oh, I'm feds." He's like, "I got nothing to do with this."
Well, I'm sure like they get that. Like if they go, "Are you okay?" Yeah. And then everyone's like, "Oh wait, here's what happened," and they're like, "Oh, that's cool, but I can't do anything about it."
It'd been funny if it was more wild and like the feds came there to get the guy, like he was a criminal or something. Hess like, "What's going on?
You're under arrest."
That would be.
Hess becomes like a city hero because he caught this guy. He was like a big like child trafficker and drug smuggler and all this shit.
$20 million fucking reward.
You get like a key to the city and shit, and he waits till now to tell us on the podcast. He'd be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I think you guys probably took it a little too far.
Well, no, but like, yeah, I mean, obviously it's a story.
That would have been so fucking cool. But anyways, I hung around. I took him to his yard because he didn't have a ride home. He didn't have his phone.
So where's that at?
91st Avenue in Buckeye.
So like a good how long? 45 minutes?
Probably one way, 45 minutes, yeah.
So what would you have done if, like, hear me out here. You guys are driving down the road. You get, like, you're, like, 15, 20 minutes in the ride. And he's like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And eventually he's like, I don't know how to repay you. Well, actually, I do. And he just goes down and zips your pants and tries to, like, suck your cock and just jam it in his mouth.
I mean,
would you have been like, this guy's had a rough day. I'll let him munch on my cock.
No, he probably would have been dead. 'Cause
Hey, Light.
Killed him.
You would have killed him if he tried to suck your
Probably.
cock? That's fucking extreme.
He was like a fucking like mid-50s black guy.
Oh, well, there you go. I forgot Hess is racist.
Yeah.
I gotta fix the light.
You don't like old people or black people?
He was just a cool dude. He's not about sucking dick.
Oh, okay.
His wife has cancer. So,
You're
or at least he told me.
You're way cooler than me. I would not have given that guy a ride home.
I just felt bad because like the guy, he had no phone. Like
Yeah, I mean, I would have let him use my phone, but I didn't give him someone to ride home to Buckeye.
Would you not give him a ride home because he's black?
No, it's because he lives too far.
How far you got? I'll drive you off the freeway.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
I'll pay for your bus ticket, I guess.
To be honest, I don't even think I would have pulled over.
You would have came home and be like, I saw a fucking truck on fire on the way here. And then you'd have been like, oh, the guy died. I could have saved his life.
Yeah, my bad. I had shit to do. No, I don't know. You're good. You're a good guy. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
gave
he's
him
a
a
good
ride
guy
home.
until he tries to suck his cock. And then,
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, this black guy tried to blow me. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. My dad's a truck driver, so maybe it's because of that.
Oh, you saw your dad in him. That's why you won't let him blow you.
Drum's
No.
fixated with the blowing.
I know. Blowing, butt stuff,
Yeah.
anything with butt stuff and blowing.
I'd be afraid to
Butt
drive
stuff
anyway.
and blowing is what could be my next podcast.
Yeah, it could be.
That's
Welcome to Butt Stuff and Blowing with Jerome. I'm Jerome.
that'll get monetized real quick, right?
Hey, somehow Rooster Teeth got a podcast called Fuckface Ads. So I
Who
feel like
did?
Rooster Teeth. They have a new podcast called Fuckface, and that has ads on it. So I should be able to get butt stuff and blowing. I mean, at least that doesn't have a curse word.
They
in
probably
it.
have more than one follower though.
I mean, they have at least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they actually say fuckface, or is it just like?
It's the title.
No,
of
it is like censored out in like the thumbnail and shit. But then it's like an ongoing joke that they bleep out fuckface. They can say fuck and they can say face in the podcast, but you put it together and they bleep it out. It's like a whole joke on there.
I see.
But it is still called fuckface.
That's clever.
So you guys want to get into You Season 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Soldier Boy, tell.
All right, we're on You Season 2, Episode 3, What Are Friends For?
What are they for? Oh, to get.
Absolutely nothing. Say it again, man.
I think that's the one.
I said.
So
You're
it
gonna get yelled at.
starts out, Joe and... Yes, you're so fucking loud up there. Our neighbors are banging. Joe and Love are keeping it simple, he says, and they're just friends. And then right as he's saying that, he looks over at her. She's holding a cucumber, and he gets a bunch of flashes of them banging.
This guy's a fucking nutbag.
He is.
He's a nutbag?
Yeah.
He is a nutbag. He's just lying to himself.
Totally. The whole episode. Later on, he's eating her thing, and it's like, I hope the word moist doesn't weird you out or something. And then he's
This
like,
is like eating pure sex. Oh my god, how can I eat this? Oh my god, how can I withstand this?
You all right over there?
I've never eaten something, and I like eating. Like I love eating. I
What
do. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm just gonna say.
But I've never
pussy.
eaten something and been like, oh my god, this is like better than sex. First of all,
It's
there's
just-
nothing better than a good fucking blowjob.
It's just a TV show.
I understand that.
that's a big saying though. Like I've
Yeah.
even heard Burt Kreischer say like, "Oh, I'd rather eat than fuck." Like that's a big saying that people do that are like big on food.
But when it comes down to it, when push comes to shove, I'll call their bluff.
All right, well you gotta make.
Are you
gotta-
all about getting your dick sucked or eating a fucking cupcake?
Well, it depends. Is it
If
like
somebody said,
is
I
it like
mean-
a pumpkin spice cupcake?
We're talking to the guy that wouldn't get his dick stuck on the ride home just a second ago.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. You're all about
not from
sex.
a-
You wouldn't even let the.
I bet you would have took a cupcake from the motherfucker.
Yeah. So I'm calling your
probably wouldn't
bluff.
have.
So there you
Probably
go.
wouldn't have.
I rest my case.
Yeah. Order in the court.
Did you just jerk off?
No, I slammed my hammer on the table.
That's what I said.
Judge Jerome over here.
He lost his mind.
And today.
I didn't even realize that's how it was coming out until you said that.
Yeah. Coming out, right?
No, I agree that like it's a bit much to say it's better than sex.
But you guys haven't eaten her cupcakes and shit yet, though.
I have not tried her cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Either
or her. What was it? A muffin? Or what was the other thing she made?
Strudel,
Strudels.
a release, whatever the fuck he said.
I think it's an invasion of privacy. She can go in his
Yeah,
locker.
what if he had like a big floppy dildo in there that he uses on his break, and she opens it and it's just like
could happen.
And then she opens
She
like
probably-
a little piece of like some kind of liquid strings off it. She's not even sure what it is.
She probably would have
sure.
used it on herself.
She probably would have.
But I think to go off all half cocked because he said that is a little crazy too. Like it's just a saying. He's just saying that it's really
Yeah,
good.
no, I just saw him as like he's lying to himself. He's like, no, this is better. I don't.
And
But then the second he says that, he imagines himself going down on her. So like there you
He
go.
just likes it that she likes him.
Yeah, especially later on when he gets upset. Like he opens it and he's like, oh.
And I
Nothing's
think
there.
that
As smart as he is,
this-
he's kind of dumb sometimes.
this episode, it really stood out to me. And I know this is how he always is, but I feel like it really stood out was like he's just way over the top with like everything.
Well, yeah, he's supposed to
Like,
be. That's
just
like
like-
that's like the parodiness of it, I think.
Yeah. Kind of annoying.
Oh, see, that's the thing I like about the show is that it's so over the top and crazy that like it's not like you're not like watching actual Ted Bundy being like, well, gee, I kind of want a girlfriend. You know?
I think my favorite line of his was when, what's his name, 40?
Yeah.
40.
It took me a second because we took a break to be like, what's her 40? Yeah. Like I almost wrote down Beck again.
I'm not good with the names on this show.
I'm
yet.
terrible with names on anything.
I'm usually good with them, but we watched 2 episodes this season and then took a 2-week break. So.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that we just don't start the season until Hess came back, but then I was like, oh, it's 2 episodes. That's not bad. But then it seemed almost worse because I forgot so much.
I did forget a little, but we're back in it. It won't take long to get back in it.
Yeah.
But he said something. He invited him to that comedy thing or whatever, and he's like, oh, that'd be dope. And it sounded so off that I just got the fucking giggles.
Yeah, well, because he's trying to be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll act like 40, sure. Because in his head, he's like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I actually laughed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, she leaves food gifts in his locker every day, and they're even.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool. Go to work every day.
Yes, motherfucker, make up your mind.
But then this I thought was a little weird that they're watching cooking shows at the exact same time, but at separate homes.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that he could walk over to his window and be like, "Yep, she's watching it."
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you feel like he still is?
Oh no, he is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he can walk over and be like, "Yeah, she's watching it." Play, and then they're texting about it. Like it's it's a little weird.
Yeah.
I think that's what he did. I think like he just wants a reason to talk to her, so he spies on her. Is like, oh, she's watching this. I'll watch that too. And I can
But
talk
he
to her.
doesn't really need a reason because she's
she's
trying to get him.
she's in on it too.
She's trying to
Yeah.
get him.
She was like, "I want to go to Joetown."
He's playing hard to get for some reason.
Yeah.
It's because it's him. It's all about him.
So 40. Well, I think it's because he doesn't want to kill her. He likes her so much he doesn't want to kill her like he did.
When she accidentally poops her pants.
Yeah. 40 and Joe go to talent scouting at an improv show. Chris D'Elia shows up.
Now, I want to say something about him.
Yeah.
He is a very good actor.
No, he's just playing himself.
Well, because as soon as you get that vibe that he's doing stuff with kids, I got totally creeped out by him.
Yeah. Well,
So he must be a really good actor. Is what I'm saying.
I wrote that down here. I go, it's really, really crazy watching it now. Because the first time watching it, I was like, oh, it's so weird seeing him act like this. And then now I'm like, ooh, this is fucking creepy.
It's fucking creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. Then
'Cause I'm
making him
like-
do that.
Like, she's like, oh, yeah, he just wants to fuck me. And she's like a 15-year. Everybody wants to fuck me. And she's like saying
and
all
you're
this
like, no, yeah, he probably actually
I'm
wants
like,
to fuck you.
yeah,
they
like,
had to
what the-
interview that actress like after all the stuff came out and be like, yo, did anything happen? And
no,
she was like, no, like it was like nothing even close to that happened at all. But they had to go to her because they were like, shit, that could have.
You guys said it got worse, and I was like, oh, whatever. Like, and then like I watched this, I was like, wow,
Yeah, it
this
gets
is
even
fucking
worse too.
creepy as fuck. Well, I also liked how in this episode, so they're like, they dropped it last time that he did this shit to his sister. So
Yeah,
now,
they dropped like that was like the bomb at the
so
end
now
of the episode.
she shows up, and then they're like, oh, so then he has to go do stuff, and he's like all on him, but then he's a nice guy, so then you start, oh, maybe he didn't do it, maybe. Meanwhile, he still did it to the other girl, so I don't know why we're questioning it anyways.
Yeah.
And then you find
Well,
out.
I mean, according to according to Ellie though, she says that about every guy, and that's not true.
Damn, but she's 15. She's fucking full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks she knows everything, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
Like every other 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or a guy over there wearing a Spider-Man shirt.
Shut up, Time Lord.
But yeah, that was real creepy.
Like I
so
said, I
we'll
just
go
wanna
right into that. Ellie shows up there to go hang out with Crystalia because I keep going back and forth. I don't know why. I either write down Crystalia or Henderson because his name's Henderson in the show. So
Just call him Hindi.
just in case anybody gets confused, it's the same person. But she shows up to hang out with him. So that Joe's gonna leave with 40, but then he's like, feel wrong to leave, so he stays and watches her.
Does he ever drink a 40 with 40?
They do have an episode that's really weird. They do like drugs and drink and shit, and it's them like locked in a hotel room or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that's
that.
weird. They're like hallucinating and shit. It's a weird episode. So there may be 40s in that. I don't remember what they
I'm
drink.
gonna be disappointed if 40 never drinks a 40. Because where'd he get his name?
Well, like I told you, his dad was 38.9.
Fucking
Wow.
math is just.
Did you get the book of dad jokes or what?
I might have.
He fucking wrote it.
But so he goes up to Ellie and asks her about him, and she's like, "I'm just trying to get an internship." And then she says Delilah's lying, and then she's like, "You want to fuck me, Joe? Huh? Everyone wants to fuck me." And he's like, "Jesus Christ, little girl, get out of here!"
She jumps like off the ledge fast.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like.
He'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you want to get in my pants?" You're like, "Whoa, I just asked you how your day's going, pal."
Yeah.
I would have been like, you need to shut the fuck up there, you little fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good
I think
idea
that would have been over real
for
good.
Hess to be a Joe type.
No.
Well, it's also not fucking good of her to be like, oh, you want to fuck me? Scream at the top of my lungs? Oh, yeah. Like, fuck off there, little
worked.
jailbait bitch.
It worked.
Yeah.
He left her alone.
Imagine what his neighbors are thinking, because they
Yeah.
can't hear any of our side, so Hess is just on "Oh, yeah, you want to fuck me, you little jailbait bitch?"
Oh, he
They're
did
like-
start his For You page.
Yeah, they're like, he started for you, or him and Abby are getting a lot kinkier lately.
Imagine what Abby's thinking.
Oh, it's true. She's like, I thought I was the only one here.
Honestly, she's probably playing. Are you playing Call of Duty again?
It's true.
Yeah.
So Joe brings Will food. Now I have something to say here. I made a mistake last week, 2 weeks ago.
Fuck.
We all did.
I may have
because
I spoiled something and no one called me on it. When he went and he's like, "Oh, glad to have you back," and Joe walked out of the room to Will in the last episode. I said, "See, you do nice things for him, and he'll let you go." And everyone was like, "Yeah." And then he was in it again in the cage this episode, and I was like, "What the fuck? I thought he was set free."
So what you're saying is he does set him free at some point.
I think like next episode or something.
Okay.
I mean, it seems pretty clear at this point he's going to.
Oh, not to me.
I
I
think so
I
at
thought
all.
so at this point
Well,
for sure.
you agreed with him, according to Jerome.
I watched the podcast. Yeah, you both did.
I agreed.
I went back
just
because
not-
I watched the episode and I was like, okay, well that didn't happen. He just walked out of the room.
I only agreed because I didn't want to spoil it, because I got called out in season 1 for
for spoiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
things.
When
Yeah.
that's not even a big deal in the show.
No, and yeah, who gives a fuck? But what I'm saying is I agreed because I thought I missed something.
Yeah, for some reason I thought he got better, and Joe was like, "Okay, you're better," and you helped me out. So
I don't know where you imagined it, but then like I was.
That's because Joe said, "See you later." So I assumed that meant
like you know how you get you get up. There's it's over. You get up and do something, and then you look okay, and then you turn off. So I thought it was fuck, I totally missed that. Then that's what I thought, and then I didn't think about it until you brought it up 20 minutes ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I thought that was weird, but I just didn't know.
Yeah, but so he's still in the cage, and I was wrong.
But I
spoiled it early.
I also didn't remember that we had that conversation.
I didn't either until I saw him in the cage, and I was like,
No,
Wait, what?
So when I saw him in the cage, because I never saw him leave it, I didn't remember us saying
so
that in the
what you're
podcast.
saying is, if I would have never mentioned it, you wouldn't have known I was wrong.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Some things are better left unsaid, Jerome.
Uh,
Some things are better
If you want to
left
bring up
unsaid.
anything else that you fucked up, go ahead.
Hess's butthole. Joe brings Will food, and they continue to play their little hangman game. They played that early in the episode, but I didn't write it down because nothing happened. And then
How fun would that be? Playing Hangman.
want to play
for
Hangman
shit.
right now?
I don't think
No.
we're.
Oh, okay. So
Is
Will,
Butthole Surfer one word or two?
I think it's one word.
I would say 2.
Not
Butthole
3.
Surfer?
I was kidding.
So Will gives Joe some dating advice. Joe ends up not taking it, but he says that we all are trying to date our moms eventually. And
That was very weird.
No, that's what. Did you marry your mom?
Sometimes.
Well, I guess in the car a little bit she is, because she'll be like,
She just started that shit since she started to drive.
yeah, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I saw her do it on the way to Macy's house, and I was like, you're not doing that, are you? Like, I watched her do it for a second, and I was like, she better not do that again. And she didn't.
She does it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you don't know how
Mima's
to drive.
much worse, because she'll be like, Nick, what are you doing? You're like, I stopped at a stop sign.
Yeah.
Like, fucking relax.
I could drive circles around both of those fucks.
Oh,
with my
you
eyes
should do
closed.
like donuts around them.
You saw me driving that fucking VR
Yeah, you crashed.
like 8
How
times,
was
but I was
that,
pretty
by
good.
the way?
It's pretty.
It was
pretty
actually
fun,
pretty cool.
actually. I wanted VR, but I've never tried it out. But playing that, I was like, oh, I kind of want that more now.
It'd be cool if it was a game you liked. Like,
Wait, there's there's a brand new Iron Man game out for it. Like
Mhm.
that's supposed to be really cool. Like you're literally just Iron Man and it's a whole game.
yeah.
There's a Batman one. There's all kinds of stuff like that.
Like I played a racing game first, and I didn't know how to start it, but it was just the same controls as any racing game.
Yeah.
But so I went in reverse. All the cars went in front of me. So then I was going really fast. The first turn, I like hit the wall, and I like expected to get like jolted, but then you
Yeah.
just nothing happened.
The only time anything happened that was weird to me was when I was playing that kind of Mario style game, and when you move forward, like the whole screen moves forward, and it does all of a sudden feel like your body moves forward.
Oh, really?
That was the
I
only thing
never felt
that was the only
anyway.
thing that I was like, oh, that's weird. But then like nothing, like I didn't almost fall over or anything.
What was the last one we played?
The Beat Saber?
Beat Saber. That was, I could see that being fun.
That would be fun if you had
for like a day or two.
different music than what he had.
Yeah.
Like I want some fun music on there. Like what would be a good?
What was it?
like Public
Five Finger
Enemy?
Death Punch or
He
something?
he had like Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, it was Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
Mm.
I want like
Thunder,
pop that
thunder.
pussy, yeah, pop that pussy, baby. You know that'd be fun.
Two Live Crew?
Yeah.
I was gonna say a little Two Life Crew.
I don't
Or
think
it was all a dream. You know, throwback.
Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac. I was
Yeah.
all a dream.
It's you fucking callbacks all day long.
Yeah. So Joe gets to work. There's no treat in his locker, and Love's mad at him. So then he ends up, 40 ends up asking him what his intentions are with Love. So earlier on when he was talking to him, he thought this was going to be the talk.
Yeah.
But now it actually is.
Now that he actually likes him.
Yeah. And then 40 says that he has an
I actually felt bad for 40 at
This is the turning point where I started liking him. And
I
was
could
like, oh,
see
he could be
that.
a cool character.
I could see that.
Oh.
Because he's kind of a loser, but he knows it, so
Hey,
like...
don't kill Happy.
Happy!
But he says he has an idea for a psychological thriller in a rehab, and Joe's like, oh, and then like in the end, like the the therapist there is gonna be the killer, and he's like, whoa, you cracked the code. Like that's the most
Yeah.
generic twist you could do, and he's like, whoa.
Yeah, he was very easily amused and into Joe.
Yeah. He's like, you a writer? And he's like, just a reader. So
I think he
Delilah.
just wants friends.
Yeah, he definitely needs friends. Delilah goes to Joe's apartment, and I missed this part, but her and Ellie get in a fight downstairs.
Hey
about
there,
Joe and all that.
Delilah.
What's it like in New York City?
I don't know.
But she goes in Joe's apartment and she yells at Joe, and then tells him that she's close to Harveying Henderson. I like that. I'm gonna Harvey the shit out of him. Just stay out of my way and all
Harvey Wallbanger?
that. No, Weinstein.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that then. I thought it meant Wallbanger.
Yeah, I would have said I'm gonna moonvez him.
I'm telling Julie.
Fuck Julie. God. I can't believe they
You
let her
wanna
get
fuck
away with
Julie?
that. No. I can't believe they let her get away with that every episode. It still bugs the shit out of me. I'm Julie Ken Moonves. Although my
She is.
my favorite part of Big Brother now is her random messages she puts out on Thursday nights now. The golden rule is do unto others as you would have done unto you. And then last week
I would like to point out that you're the only
no,
one.
no. If you look on Twitter, everyone hates this shit.
No, but you enjoy it.
I enjoyed this end part, yeah.
I just roll my eyes and be like, God, she's
But
fucking
last
nuts.
week's I was like, okay, I think you might be a little wrong here. She said if you have the option to be right or nice or be kind, whatever it was, always be kind. And I was like, that could be
What was
spreading
she
out.
watching Bambi?
But that could be spreading
Well,
out
you learned-
like
Well,
false
her-
information
her
potentially.
husband's been doing some naughty stuff.
Yeah, and apparently these are also now slight disses at Ellen.
What?
According to the internet, these are disses at Ellen also.
Oh.
Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah.
You haven't seen all that
But
shit?
yeah, her husband is
I
what
saw.
Les Moonves?
Yeah.
And he got in trouble at CBS for doing all kinds of bad shit. So now at the end of she used to say, "Hi, I'm Julie Chen. Welcome to Big Brother." But now she goes, "I'm Julie Chen Moonves."
Yeah,
to support him.
She never mentioned that the Moonves until he got Me Too'd.
Yeah, and now she's Julie Chen Moonves.
So she's standing by.
So she's standing by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah. But yeah.
What are you gonna do?
If you run CBS,
suck a dick for the dough. Suck a dick for the dough.
I think that's in Bambi actually.
Oh, is that like an alternate ending?
Yeah, because there's does.
So all deers are sucking dick for the dough.
It's all
if you think about it,
tied together.
Do animals suck dick?
How's that animating? How's that animating coming? Learning how to animate things.
Animate.
I haven't bought it yet. I did the whole trial as long as I had the trial, and I haven't gone back to it yet to buy it or whatever. But it was fun doing the trial. Like, it would definitely take a long time, but it'd be fun to do take snippets from our podcast.
I think trials were made for you.
You think what?
Well, I mean, I would have continued doing it, but I want to. It's like $30 a month or something.
No, I know,
Oh,
but
shit.
trial's like a good thing for you because you could try a bunch of shit and then you don't have to finish anything.
Yeah, like the Avengers game. I tried that as a piece of shit. Now I gotta finish it.
Yeah. Maybe you should have tried some other games.
Should have.
Yeah. Like Civil War. Remember that game?
Fuck that game. I don't remember. Oh yeah, she's gonna Harvey Henderson, and then we learned that Joe put spyware now on Ellie's phone.
I like that because.
No, it's a little bit like last season. He's looking at someone.
Well, and that's something. So he gives her the phone, and I was like, "Oh, he gave her a phone because he broke it." But I never thought about him being able to do that. So when he just pops in, I'm like, "Oh,
that's another.
That's clever."
That's what I like about the show too. Is like in the first episode, twist is he was spying on her the whole time, and he was lying to us the whole episode.
Yeah.
And then when he gave her the cell phone, now he had other motives, and I like when they give us those little twists.
So did he do that on purpose then?
Probably.
Yeah.
Either that or he did it, and he's like, "Well, that now I can get to her."
Yeah.
That'll do me.
But he looks at her phone and he says, "Oh, Chris D'Elia looks pretty legit."
Too legit to quit.
No, he's gonna still pursue. He's not gonna quit. But because of
He's kind of a thief.
Joe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I did like too when later on when he's like, "I gotta go get the jack top." He's like, "Well, not my first time doing that. Thanks, Peach."
You know, they had to say Jack Top at least 3 times before I got what they meant.
The first time they explained it.
But maybe I wasn't.
You not listen?
Maybe.
He goes
What?
jack top, and then he goes, ever since the Celeb League 2014, they don't use anything. They have a specific laptop that they all jerk off to and all this stuff.
Yeah. I think it went over my head, but I don't know. It was like Jack Top. Oh, I get it. I mean, I got it.
So you're a little slow.
It didn't sink in.
Been
I
getting a little
guess.
too much sun lately.
Possibly.
But because of 40's comment, Joe cooked for love. He shows her the thing. She's so delighted by it. She's got what did she call them? Wafers.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Chias or something. Fucking weird.
She kisses him, and he goes, "Whoa, I didn't mean for this to get romantic." That little bit, I don't know why it reminded me of Tom Segura's had this joke he's been doing on his podcast so much lately about like being out in public and be like, "Hey, I'm just trying to enjoy my coffee here and make my dick all hard." Like saying that to people actually in public.
Wow.
But for some reason, their little interaction reminded me of that.
I liked when he called his dad.
Yeah, and he asked his dad about that, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a little harsh, but we can go with this." And then his dad just started going off the rails with shit.
That was good.
Joe looked like a fucking idiot there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
Bottle of wine.
how do you not have that look romantic?
What was
I mean, if I did that for you, you'd think I'm trying to fuck you.
Probably. You never know with you.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Floor eyes. What was the second plate? Was it just toast?
It didn't even look.
Yeah.
No, it looked like bread with jam. It
Okay.
wasn't. It didn't even look toasted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was.
I noticed that this time he's like, "Oh, it could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner." I'm like, "No, that's fucking bread with jam next to it."
I mean, I like toast. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but
Oh, I love toast.
don't you like your toast toasted?
Yes. Otherwise, it's just bread.
Yeah. So she storms out, and then Joe hears Ellie puking, and apparently she had some memory loss from Henderson. She's like, "I remember eating."
That's a coincidence.
And
for
I
sure.
like drank something, and but then it's not his fault, like, 'cause he kicked some guy for smoking weed, and he paid for my cab ride home and stuff.
He's a nice guy.
That's not a facade.
Town
I
car.
promise. I promise. It's not.
Seems like a
Town
nice guy.
car.
Yeah. But so Joe asks Will how to hack a celebrity, and he needs to go get a jack top and a second laptop with Wi-Fi.
Seems like a bad move
Why?
to give someone you're keeping prisoner a laptop.
But
Yeah.
his guy has earned leeway.
Seems like a bad move. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I've already spoiled for you what happened, so.
I know. It still seems like a bad move. I'm just going to say that.
11:40 are playing tennis. They start talking about Joe.
You know, that's 2 tennis scores right there.
11:40? Huh. Yeah. Didn't think about that. But they're talking about Joe and then eventually Love because she's the jealous.
So are they
and she's
named after tennis scores?
Possibly, actually.
Jesus
Could be.
Christ.
I'd have to read the book.
I just
maybe to
lost
figure that
all
out.
respect for them.
I could look into
40
it, but I don't want to Google
They
it.
have an older brother named
Love.
15.
Love.
What's it? Match point.
Yes.
But she's talking about why can't you just do the work and you're always globbing on people and just get. And he's like, okay. And then they started playing the Snoopy music and he walked away.
Boom, boom.
Michael
boom,
Cera
boom.
took over.
Yeah. So Joe finds Henderson's address and the layout of the house, and he's gonna go get in there. But then he figures out only way in there is to get an invite into the house because he's got.
He's like a
code.
goddamn realtor. The way he was rattling shit off, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I
didn't
like
realize he was
that.
a realtor.
He's got all that information. He's like, it's all public online.
What was the password?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Hmm.
He befriends a man named Freddie in the improv group, which that guy's like an annoying fucker to be around. He makes friends with him and finds out the gate code is DICKS. Dicks.
Classic Hindi. Huh?
Yeah, Dicks, classic indie. So 40 runs.
I thought you were gonna have an audio thing for that.
Oh, I forgot. I should have recorded. I forgot I could play that on here with the Zoom.
Fuck.
I could have had her bang. You want to fuck me, huh, Joe?
Yeah.
Thank God you didn't remember that. We would have heard that 400 times.
Yeah, it's true. This would be a 2-hour-long podcast.
Hey, Hess, what do you like to eat for dinner? Dicks.
I could play this all full cock. But so 40 runs into Joe. He uses Joe to get into Henderson's house. 40 ends up talking to Henderson's manager inside. She's like, "Yeah, kid, you just don't have it."
Yeah, he almost cries.
Yeah, she makes him real upset. That girl was. Oh my god, she's an annoying bitch. Just the 2 seconds we saw her.
She was pretty annoying.
Yeah. So then, meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice, Joe finds the jacktop upstairs, heads downstairs, sees 40 wasted in the middle of a pitch to the partygoers. And he texts Love. He's like, yo, your brother's pretty fucked up. And then she's like, get him out of there. He tries to do it. It's not working out. So Henderson swoops in, tanks the party, and he's being super nice to 40.
So, couple questions. One, why is he so nice to him? Does 40 know some shit that he doesn't really know?
I honestly don't remember.
I think it's a bit of that, if I remember correctly. And I think it's also just because he's trying to keep his facade up. Like, he's trying to be a nice guy to him and all that. Because they were friends for a long time.
Well, and 2, so he doesn't know Joe. Joe is in his house, and he's got this big bulking...
Well, because it's a huge party. Like, he probably doesn't know half the people there.
But do all of them have backpacks full of loot?
Probably not.
I
But
just-
it's L.A. Maybe he's got his laptop in there. He's going to do some writing.
He opened a bunch of caches.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, he had a trophy system up in that bitch.
He got his satchel and shit.
Hey, he could have.
He's
You
just
never
like
know.
throwing shit in there. I just found that weird.
But I never even thought about that. After Love tucks 40...
Well, and is he going to notice that his fucking laptop's missing?
he's like, man, I want to pump the custard out of my dick.
And then he'd be like, oh,
and then he goes upstairs. He's like, where's my jack top?
I wonder if it was that guy with the big fucking backpack took it.
But
I
he
just-
did have a couple down there, which I wondered, because he picked up like 2 laptops. How was he like, oh, that one's crusty. Okay. Like, how did he know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But so
You
he...
sound like Whitney Houston right there.
Did she sing a song?
Yeah. How did I know?
So she tucks 40 in on Joe's couch, and then she's outside talking to Joe, and she's talking about 40 as a kid. And then she goes into how she isn't perfect either. Like, I got a codependent brother, and blah, blah, blah. You haven't met my parents yet. And he's like, yeah, it's not
We're
good.
all a little
you,
broken.
You deserve better than me. And then they end up making out and going to Pound Town. And he's like, you gotta be quiet. And 40's listening in the living room. She puts, like, I thought it was her underwear at first in his mouth. I don't know what it was. She puts something in his mouth. No, I didn't call it panties. I just realized that.
Yeah. She probably had
I
pound
was-
panties.
She wears underwear. Joe wears panties.
She's got like big old boxers, and he's like choking on them.
You see just right on the corner of his mouth, a little shit stain.
Ugh.
But she's like, gotta be quiet. And then
Wow.
he pumps it into her, and she's like, ah! And then you see 40 in the living room, like, my sister's fucking again.
Yeah,
What y'all doing?
Mhm.
Screwing?
Joe was acting like a girl.
What do you mean?
He was. He was very vocal, which I
Yeah.
thought was very weird.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't that her? I guess. Oh, I guess he.
No,
did
he
make
did it too.
I guess he did the first. That's when she's like, "Fucking, where's my
Yeah.
And then,
underwear?"
it's true love. They're both coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she slept in the living room.
Yeah.
Love,
they're
you're
gonna
a
fake it.
different breed of a woman.
Have you ever said that to Abby after you guys banged?
No.
You should try that next time. Like, wow, you're like a different breed of woman. See what she says.
You probably slap
I
him.
should.
Do you think she'd be like, oh my god, really?
She would probably overthink that, and we'd end up having a 30-minute conversation.
What do you mean I'm a different breed?
Yeah.
Just show me your
Yeah.
butthole.
Yeah.
Update. Have you shown her your butthole yet?
No.
That's upsetting. Lastly, Will Hax Henderson says that he is clean, and so Joe goes to work now, asks 40 what happened between them, and he's like, I don't really remember. I was on a bunch of drugs, and I wished I hadn't puked like the exorcism in his secret playroom.
Yeah. That was
And Joe's like, secret playroom, what?
Bum.
that was an interesting way to end it.
Yeah.
I did like this episode. I liked how, like I said before, like it's like, oh, he's a dirty, grimy creep. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe he's not. And then Dan, you're like, oh no, he is. He's got
Yeah, he
cigarette.
for sure is.
He's got
Like, wow,
dildos.
Chris D'Elia, what an actor.
Yeah, I mean, he's the creepiest. Like, he really plays a good creepy guy.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
how he
wonder
does it.
how he channels into that.
I don't know. Like, do you think he's like, okay, now I'm gonna have to pretend like I like little kids here?
Maybe he's just too much into method acting. You know how some people go a little
I was
crazy
gonna
after
say.
they play the Joker?
Oh, he's like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, he just can't snap out of it yet.
I was listening to a podcast.
Which he was referenced in this episode, DDL.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way he's friends
He's
with
like, my
40.
buddy Daniel Day-Lewis.
Wait,
He
yeah.
can barely get it out.
I'm like, he doesn't. Although Adam Sandler's friends with him.
Yeah, but Adam Sandler's Adam Sandler.
No. I agree 100%. But it's just, can you picture Adam Sandler hanging out with Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh, that would be weird.
Yeah. But I was listening to a podcast about the Last of the Mohicans, and he went and like lived in the wilderness for months and learned how to like fucking do everything just for that role.
Yeah, he's a strange guy.
He's a fucking nutbag, but that's why he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Him and Joaquin.
I guess he's a big smoker. No, he's like 10 times worse than Joaquin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a smoker. So on set, he would smoke cigarettes, but he would roll his own cigarettes because that's how they did it back then. Even though everyone else was like, and then he's just like, oh, no, I got to roll my cigarettes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he just takes it super seriously. Maybe that's why he retired.
I mean, that's cool.
He's like, that's a lot of fucking work. I need a break.
Have you ever seen any of his movies?
I saw that.
I don't know.
Blood. We Will Be Blood. Or
There Will Be Blood?
or
Yeah,
something.
he was really good in that. He's good
Let
in
me, look,
Gangster.
Yeah.
let me look up his IMDb and I'll let you know.
I wanted to see Lincoln because he played Lincoln, right?
He's fucking... It's hard to say, oh, he was great in Lincoln because, like, there's no reference. It's like, no one knows.
We'd be like, I actually thought he was Abraham Lincoln. What about Bill and Ted?
It's true.
That guy was a better Abraham Lincoln.
No, he wasn't, actually.
So I'm looking at his IMDb here.
I've actually never seen The Last Mohicans, and I really want to because it's directed by Michael Mann.
Yeah, I actually don't think I've seen a single
You ever
one of
seen
his
Dancing
movies.
with Wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of his movies.
There Will Be Blood is good. I saw Phantom Thread, and I don't know, it's just not for me. Like, a lot of people say it's awesome, and I watched the whole fucking thing in the theaters, and I was just like, yeah. Like, at the end, it was kind of cool, but I don't know.
No clue.
But Gangs in New York, he was really good. That's before I kind of knew who he was. It's
I've been trying to watch that movie for a long time.
it's a fucking trip. It's like 3 hours. It's Scorsese. It's DiCaprio and Cameron Diaz.
Oh.
But he's just like a nutbag in that. But he's really good. He's like the bad guy.
Are either of you two going to watch Lovecraft Country?
I'm gonna.
What is it?
Lovecraft Country on HBO?
Started 2 weeks ago.
I don't know if I've seen the preview.
I think that's going to be the next big HBO show. There's only been 2 episodes that are out right now, but the second episode literally feels like you're watching the season finale of a show.
Taylor said it got a little crazy last episode. We were
Yeah,
talking about it at Mimos.
It was
It's called Love Crack Country.
Craft.
Lovecraft Country. You know, like H.P. Lovecraft?
I gotcha.
But it's such a good show.
You did not finish Perry Mason, I take it?
No, I have not finished it yet.
Because they literally showed a preview for it, like every fucking episode of Perry Mason. Like
Yeah,
it got to the point where remember how
Yeah, but if you watch it on like HBO Max or something, you're not going to see those.
No,
probably
you
as
do.
much. Oh, really?
Every single time. Yeah, they promoted the fuck out of it. The only reason I brought it up is remember when we were watching Westworld? I don't remember what. There was something they kept showing, and it was like Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah. He was like-
That's what it's like.
Wasn't it Young Pope?
Maybe.
He's like, "Are we gonna watch the fucking Young Pope?" And then we watched, and we are like, "God,
Yeah.
fuck that." Those are me and Taylor watched.
Well, they make everything look so good. You know what I mean?
Well, that's their job.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't remember the name of the movie now.
No.
Dingleberry Butt
Grand
Cheese?
Budapest Hotel.
Oh, she told me that.
Me and
too.
Taylor watched that last night, and
Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. Young Pope was in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's a good
There's
actor.
a lot of fucking people in it.
Yeah. There's always
So-
people lining up to do his movies.
But I think
While we're, go ahead, finish.
no, I was just saying I really liked it. I think that's the first Wes Anderson movie I've seen,
Yeah, we were going
at least in memory.
we were going over him. I don't know that I've seen any of his movies.
But I really, really enjoyed it. What were you gonna say?
How many adaptations of Batman are there going to be?
Like a million?
Forever there'll be adaptations of Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know. Like I saw the preview; it looks really good, but
Mhm.
it's just like I was just like questioning. I'm going like, how many fucking Batmans are there gonna fucking?
Well, I think they can, because you can do so many different things with that. Just like you can do them with like Dracula or any other old book like that.
Yeah.
Like you can do infinite amount of stories.
Does it seem? And I'm not trying to offend. Does it seem a little lazy?
No.
No,
Just because
I
they
think this
keep going back to the same well? No.
no, because each one is so completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you watch
I
like
really
Christopher
like-
Nolan's and then you watch like Michael Keaton one and anything like that,
Yeah.
it's completely different movies. Like this is more of
Absolutely.
like
Now, if
This
they
seems
show
like-
his parents get killed one more time, that's going back to the well.
yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think they will either, but I'm just
that's-
saying if someone will,
Well, eventually
we will
yeah.
see that again.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
But this seems like a detective movie. Like this seems like you could potentially take Batman out of it and just put another guy that beats up bad guys in it,
Possibly.
and it would fit well.
You said that. I didn't really get that from the preview, but like it looked cool.
Well, I mean,
liked
the
it.
preview is this what they put together from 20%. You know.
Yeah,
But-
no, I
but
know. I'm just
I
saying.
think you'd get the more detective thing when a real trailer comes out, probably.
Maybe.
'Cause
I just
because
didn't
like I
get it.
can't remember the. I think they said like they named a bunch of old detective movies that inspired them. They also said Taxi Driver, which is funny because I was like the Joker.
Oh yeah.
But they named a bunch of. I think they said Chinatown.
Let's see. Take the
inspired them.
Joker. You didn't even like the Joker that much, right?
No, I did.
Oh, I thought you didn't like it that
No,
much.
I enjoyed it.
That was.
Did you see Colin Farrell's little role in the preview?
Yeah, that was. I didn't recognize him until like the second
Yeah,
time I
I
saw it.
I didn't
Oh,
either.
I
I was like,
didn't-
holy fuck.
You know the big fat guy in it, and then that's like looking at Batman. And he's like that guy is crazy. That's
You-
Colin Farrell.
You told me that he played the Penguin, so it's easy to picture, but I didn't see him in the trailer. I only watched it once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's this random big fat guy, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, he just looks like a random villain, and then you're like, oh, that's Colin Farrell. And then, what's the name? John Turturro?
Turturro?
Yeah.
He's playing the Falcon, Carmen Falcon.
Oh, the guy from the Night of?
Yeah, the night of, yeah.
I always like to bring it back to that Drum's favorite show.
Fuck that show.
Fuck you, Jerome.
That's how you down the mood of the podcast. You know what's insane to me, though, about the Night of? When we were doing those podcasts, those were 2-hour-long podcasts we did. Sitting in this room, it was only audio, but 2-hour-long podcasts. How do we talk that much about the show?
I think Hess talks a lot when he's in person.
Like, I thought about going back and listening to that, because I was
Really?
like, and what's weird is the very first Night of, me and you shared a mic, because we only had two. So me and you were like this close to the mics in the kitchen talking about.
Oh, I
the
remember
Night
that
of.
because you kept trying to jerk me off.
Yeah, and I was like kissing your nipples
thing-
and shit.
Yeah.
COVID wasn't around back then. Fuck.
Yeah, well, we would have gave it to each
Yeah,
other
I
already
mean,
at that
fuck.
point. All the times we make out and shit.
But I just remember the first episode, like, I thought it was going to be the greatest show ever.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great. If you just put out that one episode and you say this is like just a short film, you'd be like, wow, that's good. This guy's gonna be up to making some good shit later on.
It was still, I still enjoyed it.
I did too.
I only enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah, you made that abundantly
The rest
clear.
was a piece of shit. I remember me and Taylor at Mima's house watching the finale, and we were like, we were just yelling like, "Fuck this show!" And then we turned on Big Brother, and that was stupid too. It was a bad night for television that night.
Taylor wrecked Big
That's-
Brother.
Yeah, she did that for me like 3 years ago.
God.
Show me the challenge.
They want me to watch Big Brother, and I've been watching it, and it's been a little rough the last couple seasons. But then she asked me. She asked me to watch the challenge. She thought I'd like it. I liked it. I went back and watched other seasons, and now Big Brother came on. I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid compared to the challenge.
Yeah, and it has challenge has way better endings because they actually deserve the win. Unlike Big Brother, like,
Yeah.
this person was, I guess, slightly nicer to me, so I guess they can win.
The challenges are better. The people are better.
Host is better.
The host is a fucking million times better.
Mm-hmm.
The host is hilarious.
One thing I love about him, too, is he refuses to do the reunions because he's like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't care. Because he hates the drama stuff. He'll like, shut the fuck up, but no one cares.
I was watching one and someone quit, and they were hugging everybody, and he's like, all right, that's enough. Go home. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He does not like people who quit.
Yeah. If
Nice.
you quit, he's like, okay, but we won't see you again. And then the person that lost or whatever, they'll be like, yeah, we'll definitely see you again.
Yeah.
I like that. Any other things that happened to you guys this week? Anything new?
I'm on vacation.
Oh, yeah. You start playing Madden.
Yeah.
Are you going to make any videos in Madden?
Doubtful.
Oh, what a loser.
Well, I mean, there's so many out there. Like, what am I going to do that's different?
That's the spirit.
Thank you.
There's a lot of podcasts out there too, but we still do one every week.
Yeah.
I just don't
What
know.
do you mean?
I don't know what kind of content.
Just the fact you doing it is different than like you're not gonna say the things that they say, or
I might.
I mean you could start a little bit like grumpy old man talks about Madden, that could be your serious.
And you could have like a little shtick, you know?
Yeah, and you could
Shtick?
You know how like
My goal is to play Hess more than one time this year.
But you know how Seth Meyers sits in that chair with the dog and all that and like the whisking? You could do
I
that,
haven't
but as an
done
old man with a pipe and talk
Back
about
in my
back
day.
in my day, Madden, we didn't have to sell cards in Madden to make coins
That's true.
and stuff like
There
that.
you go.
But we did.
But you could do shit like that. It'd be funny.
But
It
would it
would
though?
be.
You just gotta think about it. You can just be like, I watch Zerskis and he talks about stuff.
I can't watch him.
Oh.
It's fucking annoying.
It's his 21st birthday today.
Oh, fuck him.
That was yesterday.
It might have been.
Maybe.
You know what's funny? So I follow him and Chewbacca Lemma on Xbox.
So that guy's name is Chewbacca Llama, right?
Lemma.
Lemma. Okay, that's a little
Yeah.
better. I thought he was Chewbacca Llama.
He's like a teacher. He's going to college and stuff. He does Madden. But so when I play Madden, like for instance, when I logged in this morning, it showed me that Hess had like 8 stars on some fucking challenge.
How many stars did I have?
None. I haven't played as you.
Mm.
So, I've noticed throughout. So you go through the season and you look at stuff, and this Chewbacca Lemma, his like kind of stick is that he spends no money. He snipes cards and he plays a lot, and then but he's good and he's good at sniping, so he gets money and
Does he use the car?
What?
Does he use the car to snipe the...
Yeah, he uses the Car 98
Okay.
with no scope.
Oh.
What a
So-
dick muncher.
I know. So, and then you got Zersky, who's sponsored by all these people, and you'll go, it's like a new challenge comes out, and you'll see, like, this guy goes through and gets every star and gets everything, and Zersky plays, like, 3 of them and gets, like, 3 stars, but then gets all the cards, because he just buys everything and then tells you how to get it, and you're like, oh, so you don't even play, like, he plays online, I guess, but, like, I don't know, it's funny seeing the difference, just purely from my perspective, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, for instance, like, oh yeah, if you don't, this one's like a really long challenge, you know, you gotta do all this stuff. I don't know if it's worth it. It's like, it's the fucking game.
Yeah.
It's almost like one's rich and one's poor. One has to grind it out, the other one gets the silver spoon.
Yeah, but also, like, it's football. Like, I enjoy playing the stuff to get it. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, it kind of drives me a little crazy that, like, but I mean, you know, hey, good for him. I'm glad he gets sponsored and he gets stuff, but he also drives me fucking crazy.
But also, like, when I watch people like that, like, drive me crazy and stuff like that, I'd be like, see, I could do this video much better. Don't you ever like, oh, I could, if I just played Madden and recorded it, I could do that so much better. Like, watching Pagey, like, I'd hate to have to do a video on Flash every day, but watching his Flash videos, I actually quit, because it's not on, and who cares?
Right.
But I'm like, I could do that 1,000 times better than what he's doing.
Yeah, maybe, but it's a lot of time. It would be a lot. It would have to be a full-time job to do it the way he does it, because he literally comes out with, like, videos every single
Well, say
day.
if you just did it like once a week, you just do your own version of that. I think that could be
Yeah, I mean, I
interesting.
had thought about it, you know, like doing some kind of a thing, but
Mhm. I think a once a week Madden show would be interesting, especially because you can get Hess in it sometimes.
what's funny is the other day when they announced who was going to be in Madden. So every year they have a mutt matcher. Like last year it was Pat Tillman. So
okay.
everybody gets him, and then you rank him up and whatever. So this year it's a dude named Sam Mills, and he played for New Orleans and like Carolina, I think. So I don't know what Zersky tweeted because I was
Mhm.
at work, but he tweeted something making fun of him because he didn't know who he was.
Oh.
And he's kind of a shorter guy, but he was really fucking good in his day. He also died a couple years ago of cancer.
Oh, yikes. So
And-
probably shouldn't be making fun of him.
So yeah, I deleted that tweet and then I'm sorry, I didn't realize who he was. I deleted the tweet.
Sorry, I tweeted and didn't even look up what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do any research.
But I've noticed a couple times like he'll say something like he won't even know how to pronounce some of the older people's names, and you're just like,
just,
you
you're like,
like
That drives me
yeah,
batshit.
just do a
crazy.
second of research.
yeah. It's sometimes it's
Yeah,
hard to do
at least-
research on a
even
name.
when we talk about, like, we just do Saul, and I'm like, hey, if I say this, is this the right way to say this director's name? Like, before we
Yeah.
record, I'll ask
Sometimes
you.
it's hard because you don't know, you've never heard it out loud.
Yeah, like,
so
the
you just
like,
have to read
like
it.
that guy, something schnoz.
But like, yeah. But
Schnazzerini.
you know, like Sam Mills. I mean, he was a fucking linebacker in at least the '80s. I'm pretty sure the '90s, right?
Possibly. I don't
'90s
know.
in Carolina had to be right.
It had to be early 90s if it was, yeah. Because was he there when Kevin Green was there and shit?
I don't know. I think so.
I know Kevin Green was in Carolina in the 90s.
But I mean, Carolina just came around in the '90s, right?
Yeah, they were a new franchise.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I just found it funny. And then to tweet to something, it's because the guy is short, so he was making fun of him because he's short.
Yeah.
So he's a
And
short,
then-
dead dude?
Yeah, basically he's Napoleon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Pat Tillman was short too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's a safety.
Yeah, but still, he's a short dude.
Pat Tillman's one that every time I wore his jersey, right, he hurt himself? No, not Pat Tillman. What was the guy you said before?
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah. Wasn't Tillman was like 6'1", I think. Right?
I thought he was
5'10"?
on there.
Do you remember?
Maybe 5'10".
Do you remember?
I think he was like 5'10", but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
Remember when we got interviewed by, was it like CBS or something?
Yes.
For Pat Tillman? We were leaving and we were both wearing jerseys and they were like, oh, that's cute. And I shit the bed so hard they didn't even put us on TV.
Yes, I remember completely.
They're like, who is he? I'm like,
Why do you think it's important to come to the game?
like, I don't know. I just came because
I
my
don't
dad
know.
made me.
He made me come because, like, it's football. Throw the ball, catch the ball.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, I
I
don't
was
know.
like, oh.
Eventually, they did get me to say some decent shit.
Yeah, they
but,
coached you, and they're
yeah,
like,
they're
fuck, we're not putting him on the air.
Say he's like an American hero.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I don't know what's going on.
How old were you?
I was really little.
17.
This was like yesterday.
Yeah.
No, I was really
Wow.
little because that was back when he would make me go to games.
You had fun. Fuck off.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, that's like I didn't have a choice.
No.
But that was,
But I think you wanted to go, actually.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I remember I used to like Sparky doing the push-ups.
Yeah.
That used to be like my favorite part of the game.
Well, at least they were scoring a touchdown for that.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh,
There you-
is he gonna
there
do?
you go.
Every time they'd score, is he gonna do push-ups?
The other team scores. You can do push-ups? No, fucker. That's the wrong team.
Yeah. All right, we should probably wrap up. We're over an hour.
You're the one
All
who keeps
right.
talking.
Well, I'm just letting you know. But yeah, thanks for watching,
Remember this?
everybody. This was a good podcast. Like, subscribe, rate, review. If you want Nick to do a Madden videos at all, comment that down below.
No one that watches
Maybe
it.
you'll talk him into it.
Doubtful.
And if you're Hess's stalker,
Oh,
comment on the video and tweet at us. Let us know who you are.
I keep
Yeah, we're
forgetting.
doing it.
I keep forgetting that this is a thing.
Yeah. So we'll see. We want to get to the bottom of this. So let us know who you
I
are.
only
so-
brought it up an hour ago.
Yeah. So yeah. I think
Well, I just like. Well, here's the thing. He, whatever it is, tweeted you. You sent us a screenshot. That's the first I had heard about it. And to be
Well,
honest,
I thought you said that you followed you.
Jesus, Taylor.
oh yeah, he followed me on Twitter. But that's before he
Yeah.
sent me the screenshot. I just thought it was you. I looked at my phone and it said
Yeah, I know.
said whatever his name is, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, has me get another fucking Twitter.
Yeah, no, definitely not. On everything, it was not me. So.
But all right. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.